All right, let's dive into signs of the lust of the flesh according to the Bible. So the Bible talks about this a lot, right? Galatians 5 verse 19 to 21 is a big one. It says, "Now the works of the flesh are evident: sexual immorality, impurity, sensuality, idolatry, sorcery, enmity, strife, jealousy, fits of anger, rivalries, dissensions, divisions, envy, drunkenness, orgies, and things like these." That's a long list, but let's break it down. First up, sexual immorality and impurity. This is like when you're chasing after sexual pleasures outside of what God says is cool. Think about how 1 Corinthians 6 verse 18 tells us to flee from sexual immorality. It's a big deal because it affects our bodies and souls. Next, we got sensuality. This is when you're driven by what feels good. It's like letting your senses take over your decisions. Romans 13 verse 14 says, "Make no provision for the flesh to gratify its desires." It's warning us to not set ourselves up for failure. Idolatry and sorcery are in there too. Idolatry isn't just about worshiping statues. It's anything you put above God, like money, power, or even people. Colossians 3 verse 5 says, "Put to death therefore what is earthly in you: sexual immorality, impurity, passion, evil desire, and covetousness," which is idolatry. Then we got jealousy and fits of anger. This is about letting your emotions run wild. James 1 verse 20 says, "For the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God." So it's like chill out and keep your cool. Drunkenness and orgies, these are about losing control and indulging too much. Ephesians 5 verse 18 says, "Do not get drunk with wine, for that is debauchery, but be filled with the Spirit." It's all about keeping your actions in check. Finally, strife, rivalries, dissensions, and divisions. This is when you're always fighting or causing trouble. 1 Corinthians 3 verse 3 talks about how jealousy and strife are signs of being worldly, not spiritual. So, yeah, the lust of the flesh is all about letting our desires take over. The Bible calls us to live by the Spirit, not the flesh. Galatians 5 verse 16 sums it up. "But I say, walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh." That's the goal, to keep our focus on God and not get dragged down by these things.